Have you ever felt just stuck? I mean, really truly boxed in by your own life, by your own mind. Well, today we're going to dive into a pretty fascinating and, cryptic model for personal breakthrough. It's called the Sultan Protocol, and it all revolves around one central ancient challenge.
So it all kicks off right here with this verse. And it's a real riddle, isn't it? It basically throws down a challenge. Hey, everyone, if you think you can break through the very limits of reality, go for it. But then it hits you with a massive curveball. You can't, unless you have something called a sultan. So what on earth is a sultan? And what does it even mean to break through?
Before we go any deeper, let's just pause and challenge our first big assumption. When you hear breakthrough, your mind probably jumps straight to escape, right? Getting out. But what if that's not the point at all? What if this whole thing is pointing to a totally different kind of freedom?
All right, so to figure out the solution, we first have to get a really good handle on the problem. Let's explore the nature of this box we find ourselves in, these invisible walls that really define our reality.
Now, this model says our prison isn't made of stone, it's made of two opposing forces. Think of the upper wall as the heavens. That's all our ideals, our aspirations, our biggest dreams. And the lower wall? That's the earth, our physical reality, with all its hard limits. We're living right in the middle of that constant tension between the two.
So what's our natural instinct? We push. We try to force our reality to match our ideals, or we give up on our ideals to fit into our reality. But here's the kicker. According to this protocol, that's completely futile. Pushing against either of these walls just creates more resistance. It's like trying to punch water. You literally cannot force your way out.
And this is where it gets really wild. The model shows just how inescapable this structure is. I mean, even the ultimate out, death, isn't an escape route. The protocol suggests it's just a mode shift, like changing channels on a TV. You're still inside the same fundamental system. The crucial point here is there's no way out of the box. So if there's no way out, what do? Are we just stuck? Well, no. This is the big pivot in the whole protocol. The key isn't finding a door outside of us. The key is within, and it starts by completely redefining what this sultan really is.
And here it is. This is the core secret. A sultan isn't a king. It's not some external power coming to rescue you. A sultan is an internal state of being. It's a living authority state that already exists right inside of you.
Okay, so how do you activate this inner authority? Well, it starts simply by acknowledging the tension. You have to consciously hold those two opposing forces, your reality and your ideals, and just let them face each other. Don't try to fix it. Don't try to resolve it. Just hold them.
Because when you do that, when you just hold that tension, something remarkable happens. A third point, a new coordinate, just emerges automatically, right between the two poles. That emergent point, that is the authority state. That's the sultan waking up. And get this, it's not something you create. It's something that just appears.
And this is pretty cool. The source material even uses a keyword checksum to back this up. When you break down the letters of the root word for sultan by their numerical values, it points to the letter none. And in this system, none represents an inner seed. The word itself is telling you, this authority isn't some huge external force, it's a seed planted right inside you.
Okay, so we know this authority is an internal state born from tension, but how do we actually access it? What's the mechanism? The protocol calls it our human hardware. Think of this hardware as having three main components, or seats. First up, your mind. That's where you hold the concept, the ideal image. Second, your guts. This is your reality check center, the part that processes fear and practicality. And third, your heart. The heart acts like a receiver, the place where the instruction from your inner authority can finally land and stabilize.
And this is the whole game right here. Activating your inner sultan is all about internal coherence. When your idea in your mind, your gut-level reality check, and your emotional center in your heart are all in alignment, click. That's when the authority state locks in, and that's when you can get a clear signal. There's a really powerful metaphor for this. Think of it like a mirror made of two frames, one for your physical reality and the other for your metaphysical ideal. Now, if one of those frames is crooked, the reflection is distorted, right? It's blurry. You can't see clearly. You have to get both of those frames perfectly aligned to get a true, clear image, a clear instruction.
Okay, enough theory. Let's make this completely practical. How can you apply this right now? The protocol offers a really simple, actionable exercise called the two hands practice.
Here it is. It's like a 30-second test.
In one hand, metaphorically hold your current reality, everything you have, the good and the bad. In your other hand, hold your desired state, what you truly want, and just feel the tension between those two hands.
Your only job here, and this is the most important part, is to stop pushing. Stop struggling against your reality and stop desperately grasping for your ideal. Just hold both in your awareness. Feel the space and the tension between them without any judgment.
Because as you hold that tension, you create the perfect space for that third dot, your inner authority, to emerge. And from that centered state, an instruction will arise. Now, it's probably not going to be a lightning bolt from the heavens. It's going to be a clear, simple sense of the very next action you need to take.
All right, let's bring this all together. The real power of this model is that it's something you can carry with you. So here's a final summary you can use anytime you feel stuck.
So whenever you feel trapped, first, name the two poles, your reality and your desire. Second, stop pushing, just hold the tension. Third, bring your mind, your guts, and your heart into alignment. Fourth, listen for that inner instruction. And finally, when it arrives, you move, without hesitation. That movement is the passing through the verse promise.
So ultimately, the Sultan Protocol teaches us that a breakthrough isn't about escaping our lives. It's about receiving a clear instruction on how to move forward within them. It's a huge shift from forceful pushing to aligned action. And the only question left really is, are you ready to stop, get quiet, and listen?